Hi, talk to me
Hi.
about your weekend.
Okay, so my weekend was fine. It was my birthday recently, so I spent it with my family and my friends, and it was pretty good. But then the week it was just pretty hard.
Hard?
Yeah, because a guy I know uh, died, and it was like he was so young and he's my age. So I knew him since I was a little girl, so it's kind of weird, and I really don't know how to feel about that.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that it was recently your birthday, so you
Yeah.
spent with your family and you had a great time.
Mhm.
However, this week has been kind of tough because someone you knew died.
Mhm.
It was a friend of yours and he was your age, basically.
Yeah, yeah, exactly that. It was so weird because it was out of nowhere. Like he was so healthy and so fit, and he was like this kind of person that always likes to drive in bicycle to anywhere he goes. So um, you really didn't expect something like that to happen, and I don't know how to feel about that because yeah, I feel bad because I met him when I was a little girl, but then also I lost contact in my adolescent years, so I don't know if I have to be sad or not about this.
Okay, so it seems like it's a really tough topic for you to talk about. It seems like you're sad. Um, However, I do feel that you can feel whatever you want. If it's something that is upsetting you, then that's all right. Why do you think that it shouldn't be upsetting you?
Because there are other people that knew him a lot better than I did, so I don't know. I'm confused in that because I do feel sad and I do feel so like I want to cry when I talk about this, but uh, then again, there are so many people that knew him better than I did. So I don't know if it's like justified that I feel this way.
What would like justify if you knew him better?
Yeah, perhaps that. Perhaps if I talk to him a little bit more, or if I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we had a good relationship, but yeah, it's weird because we were so distant, and I really care for him, and I don't know. It's confusing and sad. So right now, I don't know if I should feel sad, like you said. I am sad, but I don't know if I should show that to the other people.
So it seems to me like you're a little bit guilty also, maybe because you were like distant with this person. However, whatever you're feeling is valid, and it doesn't really matter if like you separated in your adolescent years, as you said. Um, he was still someone you knew, and when you were little, you knew him pretty well, right?
Yeah, he was in my. We were together in, uh, well, in nursery, I think. So, yeah, I think that I haven't considered what you said, that I don't feel like my feelings are valid in this situation. I don't know, I think that perhaps if I consider it, it may help, but right now I just, I see all these people crying about this, and everybody is like uploading photos and doing all of these things, and I cannot talk about it. I if you ask me, I will like I'm like um, paralyzed or something.
How was your relationship with him when you were friends?
Well, it's funny because I liked him.
Okay.
He was like I had like this crush on him because he was like my age. So every time I saw him, it was like I got all red and blushed and everything. So we used to play together. We used to laugh. We played with my cousins, my sisters. We were all the time together in parties and everything. So
Okay, so he got along with your family too.
yeah, because he's a cousin of my cousin. So my cousin all the time took him anywhere he went. So we even went to vacation together, holidays together. So yeah, it's weird knowing that we are not going to see him anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, that's something very hard. It's always hard to know someone and then they being disappeared. Um, how's everything going on with your cousin? Have you talked to her?
I haven't touched him because I really haven't had the chance. I just find out yesterday in the evening, and they are doing all this paperwork and everything. So I haven't seen him yet, but I'm afraid of seeing him actually.
Why is that?
Because I don't think that I can manage these things pretty well because I know that when I will talk to him, perhaps I'm going to cry and I don't want to cry and be someone that is not there for him. So I really don't know what to say. I don't know what face to put, and I've never been a really good person with that handles this topic in a kind of good way.
Okay, I want to emphasize something you said. That if you cry, you're not going to be there for him. Why do you think that? So whenever you cry, you're not a supportive person, or
Yeah, I feel like I'm not a supportive person if I cry, and I've always felt that like um, I am the one that should be supportive towards the other people, and if I cry, perhaps I may not be able to, yeah, be that figure in their lives.
But what happens if that crying makes you both feel um, closer to each other? Don't you think that would help?
Mom, I really didn't consider that because yeah, I think that my father is the same way as I am, so he doesn't cry. He's always so serious, and my grandparents are the same. So I've learned that. So I really haven't considered what you just said. Perhaps I don't know if I could try it. It really frightens me. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It really scares me a lot to do that.
Okay, so it's a very sensitive topic. Do you have anything else to talk about right now? Like the top, like according to the topic, or is there something else you would like to talk?
Yeah, because this is like it's weird because he was a friend of someone that's really close to me, and but well, he was in my school. Okay, so um, he knew all my friends, and right now I really I don't know how to act because I haven't seen them in a lot of years. So I'm afraid that if I go to the service this afternoon, perhaps they are all going to be there, and I don't know. It kind of freaks me out because I don't know what I'm going to say to them, and that's why I feel guilty because everybody knows that I am somehow related to him, but I didn't spend as much time with him as everybody else in the room, so um, it feels weird. Like I don't know if I should be feeling guilty or not, or feeling sad.
So what you're telling me is that you are kind of confused of going today to the service because of what everyone else is going to be thinking and how you're going to act around them. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like you don't want people to come to you and say things like, "I'm sorry, it's such a terrible situation," because you feel guilty that you didn't spend that much time with him as you should have.
Yeah, and that is exactly what I'm feeling because first of all, I don't know what to say when people come to me like, I'm so sorry, I hate it because, well, it's horrible. But then again, about what you said is just so true because I feel like I didn't know him and I feel guilty and everything. And I don't know if I am the one that should be telling them like I'm sorry, or they are the ones that should be telling it to me just because I'm related. So it's weird. I don't know. Everything is weird, and I just hate that. Um, I, I, I couldn't sleep last night because I was thinking about this stuff, and I'm afraid that it may jeopardize my well, that I won't be able to do the homeworks that I have to do, or finish my thesis, or doing all of. So it's like I'm sad, but I'm also preoccupied, but I cannot seem to do anything about that. So it's like dimensions in a way.
Okay. So there's a lot of things going on right now. I think we have to stick first to the funeral part, and then we can go on to the others. I think that you can something very important is to like follow what you're feeling. And if you're feeling like you're going to say to someone I'm sorry, then you should do it. And if you're not feeling that you have to say those words to someone else, then maybe you shouldn't. What would you say to a friend of yours if you were in this situation? If that friend was in that situation?
I'll tell him or her that I'm really sorry that they are going through this, and that if there is anything I can do to help, then I'm gonna be here. And I know that perhaps we're not as close as we used to be, but I just want them to know, like, yeah, I'm here for you if you need that.
Have you ever had this experience before?
Well, no, because there have been some times that my friend's dad died, but it was not as hard because I just have had to like go to him and say I'm sorry. I know that it's difficult and I know that it's horrible, but for me it wasn't as hard as this time because yeah, he was my family, but he was also my friend, and he was a friend of my friends, and we were all in the same school together, and yeah, so it's so new for me. And my sisters and my parents, they don't feel this loss as I do because they didn't, well, they didn't saw him as much. Like, I used to go to some parties of their friends, and he was there, and we used to dance, and we get along so fun, so good. So that's why I feel like I'm a little bit more affected than my family.
But then that shows you a reason to why you should be feeling sad. So why don't you feel like you deserve to be sad? You knew him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that. I feel so sad and everything, but it's like you didn't know him as much as everyone else. But in a way, I think that that's unfair because if I'm sad, then I should be sad. But I feel like, yeah, I consciously say that it's okay if I'm sad, but in a way, my head tells me like you should be sad. And yeah.
Okay, but you're telling me that you didn't know him as much as everyone else. However, you did know him more than your family, for example. So there's that.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I needed somebody to tell me that because when I say it to myself, I don't believe it. So perhaps that's why it has been so hard for me to like acknowledge that I also have a right to feel this way. So yeah, I don't know. Perhaps I can try to, I don't know, to feel sad if I want to. Yeah, but I really don't know how to do it. And yeah, that's
On another note, you said that you were worried and preoccupied that you wouldn't finish all of your work, your homework, your thesis because of this. Because, for example, you didn't rest last night.
yeah.
What do you think you could do to do these things and also acknowledge the fact that this person is dead and that you're sad?
I have no clue because oh my god, when I find out about this, I had so many things to do, I try to say to myself like, okay, if you don't feel like doing them, then don't do it. Try to do your best. Like I finished one homework. I correct some things from the thesis, but I just couldn't forget his face. So I think that perhaps I could like acknowledge that I don't know. I could think about the fact that I deserve to rest, but not letting it go so long. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't feel the strength even to force myself to do the things. I don't have the strength, and it is worrying because in other experiences like this, whenever I had to do something, I just did it, and I didn't need to like push myself to do it. Right now, I have to push myself, and I can't push myself. I don't know how. I don't know what to do.
What would happen if you didn't, if you just rested, like for example today, and if you didn't do anything at all? What would happen?
I don't know because then everything will like accumulate. Um, and the semester is almost over, and I have to graduate. And if I don't finish all the things that I have to finish, then I don't know when I'm going to finish them. So, yeah.
But what happens if, for example, you take one day off? I suppose that all your due dates are not tomorrow. Um, so what would happen if you just like rested today and took the day as it goes, and if you feel like doing something, you can do it? Just like doing this to feel sad and then getting over it with it. What would happen?
I think that
What would be the worst scenario?
everything will add up.
But do you think that you could be able to finish everything,
Yeah.
even if it's set up?
Yeah, I can finish them the next week, for example. But I don't know. I don't like feeling like I don't like when I am not doing anything. So I don't know. It's weird. I think that I have to rest and I have to like let myself feel all the pain. But it's easier said than done. So yeah, I don't know. Perhaps I will give myself like today or this afternoon, but perhaps I will continue doing these things tomorrow.
I'm sorry. But then what, like, you said that you feel that it's better to do something while you're feeling like this, but then what could you do? What kind of work could you do?
I don't know. That's the thing, because when I say, okay, if you don't want to feel sad, then you should do something. But when I am about to do that, it's like, okay, what should I do? And there's like nothing. So I don't know.
And what about doing something that's not related to university, for example, reading a good book, or I don't know, what are the things that you like to do outside of this?
I like to spend a lot of time with my family, like talking to them and like drinking tea and everything, or watching a movie with them, or reading a book. Yeah, I haven't considered that doing those things instead of doing homework. I think that it's because of all the things we have to do, like as a student, I have to do so many things that resting is like not an option. Yeah, so I think.
But it can be an option if you want to.
Yeah, I think that I haven't considered or I haven't viewed that I have the option to rest and just not doing anything.
Yeah, so maybe you can try not doing homework, but not doing anything. Instead, just like spending time with your family, maybe even talking about the situation. How are they feeling? Because maybe you don't know how they are feeling, and maybe they feel the same way, that they feel guilty because they didn't know him that much. So you can kind of talk to them and relate to them in a way.
Yeah, I think that I haven't asked him, so I think that perhaps that's something that I could do.
Do you think that seeing your cousin would help you? And talking to him about good memories with this person, or just like watching a movie together, or doing something together?
Yeah, I think that that's the thing that I want to do the most, but it scares me the most also. So I do want to hug him, and I do want to tell him that I'm so sorry that this happened to him, and that it's so unfair. But I I hope that everything turns out fine, and I could tell him this.
He will be at the service today, right?
Yeah, yeah, because he was really close to him. I think that he's organizing the service. So
And is your family going too?
yeah, we're all going together. So yeah, I think that it's going to be something really hard.
So you're going to be forced to actually see him and hug him and
Yeah.
talk to him today.
Yeah, so I really don't have an option. I think that it's fine. I'm scared, but I think that I can cope with this. I just don't know what I'm going to tell him. I know that I should say like I'm sorry and everything, but I feel like there are so many things that I want to be able to say, and yeah, I don't know. It's weird because it's like, yeah, you know what to say, but you don't want to say that, and yeah.
Whenever you're feeling this way in any other situation, what do you do? Like, do you write? Do you plan something that you're going to say to these people, even if you're in a fight or something? What do you do?
I try to calm myself, and then try to feel what I am feeling. Like if I'm feeling anxious, acknowledging myself that I'm feeling that way, and then planning what I'm going to say. It turns out fine the most of the times, but then with these kind of things, it's so emotional that I don't know what to say.
But do you think that planning what you're going to say to your cousin would help you in a way?
Yeah, I think that it will be better if I plan that. So I don't know. I think that I could I've been thinking on what I should say. So yeah, I think that perhaps I could do that.